Okay, doing a new video. It is Wednesday, August 25th, 2021, and my little dog, no, we are in the Hartley forest. This is the Pines, and this is a man-made cathedral up here. So I'll let you guys see here. Hartley Park, man-made cathedral. And this was planted between 1938 and 1960s by local Boy Scout troops and school groups in the name of resource conservation. This is one of several plantations of mature red pines at Hartley. And these are red pines. They're also known as Norway pines. And some of them are up to 500 years old. And it's the state tree of Minnesota. So you guys learned that the Norway pine is the state tree of Minnesota. Like I was saying earlier in the video before this one, part one, a lot of settlers moved up here from Scandinavia, mainly Norway and Sweden, but the Finland people, they came up and they had a lot of socialist views. So a lot of them, I don't want to say they're ostracized, but they ended up kind of moving north of here. A lot of them settled in the north area. Some of them are in the Finland area, Findlay, Minnesota, Ely area, and some are north of here. That's where a lot of the fires are. There's not a lot of huge homes up there. It's mainly cabins and stuff, but there's been, I think, about 300-400 destroyed so far, because it's about 22,000 acres that have burned up in near Grand Marais. Well, I was up there on Sunday, and all you could smell was smoke in the air, kind of like here on Tuesday, because the wind shifted and blew down here. So come on. So Tuesday we had a lot of smoke in the air, so it was a little out of control. Hey, how are you? So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna hike down to the pond, and we're going on a different trail here. This is going to be the Tunnel Trail, and we've never done this one before, so this is going to be a new experience. I've been up here a few times, but usually take a different trailhead. But they split up through here. There's a lot of different trailheads that you can take. We don't want to get too far up here. I gotta go to the dentist today, like I said, in a few hours, so we don't want to get, because it's going to take a little while to get back. So I'm guesstimating it's probably about a 7-8 mile walk there and back combined altogether, plus to get home. I don't know, maybe 8 at the most, maybe 8.5. But I've been probably averaging for about a month between 25 and 40,000 steps. Not every day, but probably 3-4 days a week at least. And that's helping me keep my weight, like I said, under 200. Because we're going to cover lots of different things in these videos. A lot of it's going to be my weight journey. Everybody has their own weight journey. I've struggled with my weight for about 2.5 years now, 3 years. My weight used to be, when I was in high school and college, 150, 160s. Then I got to college, I got a little more muscular, lifted a lot of weights, got into the high 160s, and I was doing athletics all the time, 4 or 5 hours a day, 5-6 days a week. Little family coming up here, so we'll let them go by. And hi. Little blonde baby said hi to my dog. That was cute. So we're going to hike right here. Like I said, I try not to get people on camera because you gotta get their permission if you want to film them, but you can get them in passing quickly. But the focus on me, this is a little trail leading up to the pond, and it's nice out today. It's a little hot now. It's probably mid 80s. but it's not humid like Texas. Uh, like I said, I love Dallas. I love everything about it, but there was a lot of little things that kept adding up. Um, the more and more things kept adding up, the more I was looking for an escape. My weight, I felt crowded, allergies, driving on the roads. I had a job where I had to take a couple freeways every time I left like in between 4:30 and 6:30, depending what the day was like. And it was just, maybe at 8 to 9 on a stress level just to get home. I had people cutting me off every day, at least 7, 8 people. I mean, like giving me like 3, 4 feet, cutting me off at 60, 50, 60 miles an hour, zigzagging in between cars. So that's real pretty back there. And got someone coming up here in front of us. Got my little guy down there. Hi. And but a lot of different things, and don't get me wrong, I'm going to repeat myself over and over because I'm not a professional at doing content, but I'll learn as I go along. I don't have a script. I don't have any notes. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. As that Rebel Wilson said in that, or not Rebel Wilson, what's her name? Melissa McCarthy in that new show. She said that was a real kick in the pants. That was funny. I think it's called Pretty Little Strangers or something. I haven't seen it. I think it's on Hulu or something. But I like a lot of TV shows. But it looks like a cute show. A lot of famous people. I think Nicole Kidman's in it. Some really good actors and actresses are in it too. But I thought she's pretty funny. Rebel Wilson's pretty funny. She lost a lot of weight. She's on a weight loss journey too. So there's lots of famous people that are, on weight loss journeys, and a lot of. It's really hard during COVID because we were stuck inside. I think the Olympics was indicative of, the change of the times and what happened with people being stuck inside. You didn't see near as many world records like you would in most Olympics because, so many people were stuck inside, afraid to get the virus, not knowing the uncertainty of the virus, if you're going to die from it or whatever. If this is the end of times. I hear a lot of people say, this is the end of times, things keep getting worse and worse. Fires everywhere, floods everywhere. We had the floods in Tennessee a couple days ago. I saw the TikTok video of the flood going through Loretta Lynn's estate. She's got a big estate down near, I'm not sure if it's Waverly, Tennessee or where, but I do know it's about 90 miles west of Nashville. And Nashville is a wonderful place. Tennessee's a wonderful place. My grandparents lived there. There's no state income tax, like Florida, like New Hampshire, like Nevada, like Texas. And I think there's 2 others that I'm leaving out. But I know New Hampshire's not as affordable as Tennessee, Texas, Nevada, Florida. Those have a lot more tax advantages, but I think their income tax and other things in New Hampshire make up for the difference. But Tennessee's very affordable. That's a state I actually think I'm looking at in the next 4 to 5 years, either that or maybe Florida. I'd love to go back to California, somewhere around Los Angeles, but times have changed. It's not the same as it was when I lived there in the 70s and 80s into the late 80s. Just it's more diverse now. You have the property values have just skyrocketed. I mean, not even gone up, just skyrocketed. I've found a 3-2 here. That's almost 100,000 cheaper than Dallas, and it's just as nice. Well, not just as nice, but close. and it's all remodeled, move-in ready. Everything was done, and it's gone up, a lot. Everything's gone up. Everywhere you live, everything's gone up. But Nashville is a really awesome place. I don't know the allergy factor yet. I don't know about the allergies in Tennessee. The older you get, the more your allergies act up. You know, um, I've heard sayings that the older you get, the the longer you live, the more more allergy problems you're going to have. And I don't know if that's just the breaking down of the immune system or what, but you know, I found it my case. I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do with the area you live. So far, this is a nice area to live for allergies. It's not too bad, but then a lot of people say it takes a year or two for your body to become acclimated. That you'll get allergies there quicker than sooner than later. So this is beautiful over here. So we have finally reached on, and a little trellis system here that kind of leads you down. We'll take this little trellis system, and it's a beautiful day near the end of August. It's not too hot, and look at this. Look how nice this is. Look how pretty. Don't go in the water. Stay by Daddy. And we have some guys over here. There's a little family with some kid with a little life raft. We have a little landing there. I guess you could take a small little canoe or boats. I've been up here before. They have canoes over there. They're tied up. But I think this is, this is called the Hartley Pond. And it's real pretty. We've seen a lot of bald eagles out here. Where I take the dogs to the dog park at another park. And there's lots of bald eagles out. And I hadn't seen any. I've been outside a lot. But I hadn't seen any until I got up here. I've seen, I think, 4 or 5 in the last week. It's a little windy, so got some cottontails. Cottontails. I used to have those when I was a kid in Tennessee. I lived in Tennessee and Kentucky and North Carolina growing up when I was a little boy. To have those everywhere. This is, the Midwest, but it's North Midwest, so it's a little bit of a different layout than other Midwest places. But Duluth is a little cabin here. I think in the middle of summer they opened this up, but it's just for insurance purposes. It's no longer able to rent canoes to the public. I think that's because of COVID and just the change of the times. But here's the canoes. These are the big old ones that are super duper heavy. But they keep them locked up so people don't come out here and take them and just leave them over there in the wetland area and go hiking around and just abandon them. So I think they keep them. And as you can see, they're dated 07. So that one's 21. That one's a newly dated. That's 22. So those two right down there must be newer. But that's the Hartley Pond, and it's real pretty up here. So let's take the dog off. Gonna go play in the water. Come on, come on. Sip. I don't think the water is too bad. Most of the water up here is pretty fresh. Lake Superior is super fresh. It's the only lake water you can really drink without Never worry about getting sick. Went swimming in there last month. Drank quite a bit of it actually. It was okay. My dog, my littlest, learned to swim about a month or two ago. So this is awfully comedic. But watch this. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come see Daddy. So what we'll do is we'll pick him up. And then he starts doing the swim. Go on. See, he does the swimming motion. It's adorable. He's getting ready to swim. So he learned how to swim last month. So whenever I take him by the water and I pick him up, he knows Daddy's not going to throw him in, but he thinks I'm going to walk him into the water and let him swim. And so he gets into a swimming stance and he starts taking off. It's absolutely adorable. He's about to be 7. And he's my littlest one. He's, don't know, I never did a DNA test on my dogs, but I think he's like part rat terrier and corgi. Not sure, but he's my baby. I got 2 boy dogs, so we'll go ahead and put him back on the collar. And he had his fun. He likes coming up here. We've come up here a couple times, and he likes to investigate. What you looking for? Squirrel? You see a squirrel? He likes to find squirrels. He's in hunter mode now. I know a lot of you don't have dogs or animals or pets, but they're wonderful companions. So if you get lonely, you get down, you might want to consider getting one. Now the only problem when you get a pet, maybe not with a cat, with a dog, is they take a lot of time to train. They take months. They'll poop, pee in your house till they get accustomed to everything. So I think we're gonna head away from the pond and go back home. Come on, let's let her go by. Hi. I think we're gonna go back the way we came. So we went to the pond. And my dog was a wonderful companion and fun to have along today. So it made my walk enjoyable. Better than doing it by myself. But it's also been fun to, switch back and forth, show the trail a little bit, show me, talk to you guys wherever you are in the U.S. or what state you're in or what country you're in. I don't know how people get the content, or if this video will be posted soon, or maybe people will go back and watch it a year from now or a year and a half or whatever. But it's just kind of fun, something to do. I got my hiking backpack on. It's actually like a laptop backpack. It's got the old cell phone up here. My cell phone doesn't fit in there. Obviously, it's an old one. I think this was designed for laptops and cell phones from the early 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've had this backpack for 10 years, 11 years. So I kept pretty good care of it. It's a pretty nice backpack. Wraps around my stomach, right in here, and around my chest to keep it tight. I got my Christmas tree shirt on for the great outdoors shirt. And all my t-shirts hang down a lot because I'm kind of broad-shouldered, kind of bigger in the upper chest. I'm doing a lot of athletics. I'm young, so when you see most of my videos, I'm not going to have a nice, even cut t-shirt Most of my t-shirts, they hang down a bit, and a lot of that comes because I've got a little bit of a stomach. Like I said, I'm working on my weight. I got, a lot of weight to lose. It helps being out and active. I don't know I weighed myself a couple days ago this morning. Come on.
Go down. Go down. Walker.
They're coming through. Hi.
Dude,
Got a group of you. Wow, a bunch of people.
Yeah, we got 5 more.
Wow, 5 more. Okay. All right, here comes some more. Hey, there's a bunch more. Okay, let's see. All right, that's kind of like the group. Come on. Like the group that we had when I got to the base of the trailhead. We had a group. There's 2 universities up here. There's a small Catholic university. I think it's like 60-40 girls to boys, maybe even more, 70-30. I don't know. I think it's primarily women, but I don't know. I'm not well versed on it. And then we have a University of Minnesota Duluth, and I know that it's expensive if you're out of state, but they have all kinds of different programs up here. I know there's a girl in the Duluth Tribune local news that was printed a couple days ago. She's from Bemidji, which I have never been. I want to go take a couple videos up there. Sorry for the sun. Kind of get a little sun here. But her dad built her a 40 to 45 foot rocket in her backyard. And, I don't know how high it goes when you launch it, but it's a giant rocket. And she is from Bemidji High School, and she's graduated. I think she's 17 or 18. She's going to UMD next semester, and she's studying space studies. So I know they have some sort of space program, study program there. It's a very expensive out-of-state tuition. My private university was expensive. Knock on wood, I'm one of the lucky few that have actually gotten out of college debt. It took me literally to be debt-free from college and credit cards and everything about 5, maybe 6 years ago. So I've been digging myself out of a hole since college. So, I haven't really been super duper successful. I don't have, a big house. I don't have a ton of assets. I don't have much. But one thing I do have is a lot of stress-free living, which is really important. I don't have a whole bunch of bills. I have, bills, but they're, I'm not working, so I'm using my savings. I'm hoping to get a job. I had unemployment till about the end of 2020. But this year I haven't had any money, no income. This is the first year ever since I was 15 or 16 where I haven't had any income. So it's very awkward. These awkward times we live in right now. Pretty unprecedented. So I'm gonna switch hands here because I think, do a little spin around. So we're not gonna switch hands because the dog was trying to dictate which way we were going, and it's kind of spinning me around. So we are path, and we're still doing content creation. And like I said on the previous video, I don't have any script. I'm really new to this. I'm not any good at it, so don't expect some expert. And I'm not an expert. I know a little bit of different things, and a lot of the stuff is from what I've discovered or read. There's a lot of things out there that I don't know. but I try to take a little bit piece of everything. So the last 5-6 years I haven't had to get, so that's been, you know, big stress relief, a big weight lifted off my shoulder. There's someone with a dog coming that way, so we don't that person, so we'll keep going and we'll come up here to the top of the trail where we can kind of step off to the side and let the dog go by, because we don't know the dog. We don't know the temperament of the dog. We don't know if he's off leash. He's a big dog, like a white lab. So, you know, for the most part, most pet owners are responsible, but some are not. And when I was at university in Texas, my second year there, I did get attacked by a dog, a big white dog, and it bit me right in the hip. And I had to get several stitches, reported it, but somehow or another, the owners were college kids as well, but they didn't, nobody had reported the dog before. So I think you have a 2-strike thing in Texas. If the dog's not being on a leash and attacks a person, bites, breaks skin, causes medical injury, they get a second chance. So that was in the 90s. So I don't know what the law is now, but you know, and I love dogs. You know, I would never want to have a dog put down, but if the dog's ferocious and biting random people and causing injury to other people, you know, that's not something that that dog's not on a leash, just like I said. So we're not going to film it. We're just going to walk a little bit faster. And is the trailhead. So up here we can break off and we can go up to the side and let the dog off the leash go by. So easy as that, easy as pie. So, okay, we're gonna go up here. We're gonna do a video, but we're gonna be quiet because we don't want to cause conflict. Trail going that way, trail going that way, and then when we came from. So we're gonna go to the map. We're gonna see which way to go on the map. Okay, it looks like we're here. So I'm not sure which way to go. I think, hey, how are you? We're gonna go that way. So I think we're gonna go.
Coming with you?
He wants to come. So that guy didn't have his dog on a leash, but you know, a lot of people up here, you know, this is kind of remote, so it's not that big of a deal. You know, I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble, but you know, you're supposed to have your dog on a leash. And if you want to take them off for a few minutes, I guess it's understandable. And big dogs, it's understandable as well. So you gotta let them stretch their legs and exercise. So I don't know, different leash laws in different states, different cities, they're all very, yeah, I think it's all pretty subjective. So, but we are hiking. Oh, that shade feels good. You know, we try to stay out of the sun as much as we can. Like me in my 50s, I've been in the sun since I was, you know, a little boy, since age 5, 6. And I think I never wore any sunscreen at all. You know, literally hardly ever wore sunscreen, and had several skin cancer incidents in my 40s. So, oh, there we go, to Wet Meadows. So we're gonna follow this, and you know, try to wear a hat. So most of my videos I'm gonna be wearing a hat because I don't want the sun to hit my face as much, which is just common sense. So, you know, I think I'm getting the very back here, up here. We got a little bald spot working. But for the most part, I got most of my hair. It's out of control right now, but you know, I got a haircut about a month ago, so 3 weeks ago. So I got it cut super duper short. I was during COVID, I was cutting my own hair with clippers using I think 2 guards, and I cut the side almost like a bowl cut, and then I do like point cuts. Try to keep like a little Caesar cut going, and use the mirror to get the back. And did a decent job. You know, I'm no barber, but I watched YouTube videos and learned. Just like a TikTok video I saw. Did a lot of traveling last weekend, and like I said, I went to Grand Marais, and in the first video I did, and there's a lot of smoke up there. Like as soon as you step out of the car, you see smoke everywhere in the air. You smell it, and it smells like there's a fire like within, you know, a mile away. And needless to say, when I got back, there was soot and everything all over the car. It looked like we'd done off-roading. So I washed it by hand because Duluth, it's a decent sized city, but it's not big like Dallas, DFW, where there's, you know, a self car wash on every corner, you know, or not every corner, but, you know, every few miles. And then there's a paid car wash. Up here, there's like 3 or 4 paid car washes, but they charge like, you know, $40-50. So I'm like, forget that. So I'll wash by hand. So I got the soot off the car, doing it by hand, and then vacuuming up the seats because my dog shed. And there's a family up here on bikes, so we're gonna go ahead and hang out over here, do some more of the video, and wait for them to go by so we don't film them. But the fires caused the cars just to get caked in dust and dirt, and so wash it by hand. But there's a TikTok video, before I lost my train of thought, that I saw, and it worked, and I'll share it with everybody. If you have a bumper, like you know, front bumper, back bumper, fender, whatever, that you scraped, and most everybody scrapes. If you live in a big city, we live in Dallas, so you know, we scrape the front and back of the bumper, and if you take off with a like a cloth towel like this, just a hand towel. If you take off and you spray it on the actual, you know, the scrape, and you buff it out, the scrape will come out. I think my dog is trying to get into the forest, so we'll try to corral him. Come on. He's looking to have fun in the forest. And we're going to try to get back because we got another few mile hike to get back. But if you take the off, you put it on the front or the back, wherever your scrape is. I had on the front and the back, and I had it on the side rear view mirror. There's scraped because, you know, on the newer cars they kind of fold. They fold back in, you know, right on your driver's side, and there's one on the passenger side, and it folds in if you hit it. But yeah, I've scraped it against a couple of things, and they've gotten scrapes. Well, the off, I learned about this like a few weeks ago. It works. It literally worked. I used like about a third of a can, and I got all the blemishes off. It was unbelievable. And I mean, when you turn your car in, you know, a lot of people are turning their cars in for, you know, money, for used cars, new cars, whatever, trading it in. You know, I think 2 or 3 months ago, you were able to get top dollar for your car. I mean, I think it was like May, June of this year. Used cars were going for more than they've ever gone ever. So, hi.
Come on. Lola, come. She's fine right now.
Huh?
She's fine. She just ran back for some reason.
Oh, your daughter?
No, my dog.
Oh, your dog.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's all right.
Come on, let's go.
I take
Lola, come.
I take my dogs to Yappy Hour up at the park
Nice.
at 4 o'clock on
Nice.
most weekdays.
Come on, let's go.
So, but I've my oldest one's at home. He can't go to the pond and back. That's a little bit too much.
Yeah, she'll come to me once you.
Come on.
Once you. I don't know why she's been waiting lately. Okay, Lola, come on.
Look,
Come on.
it's a puppy.
Come on.
Yeah. Okay. That was a young lady with a poodle. Like I said, trying not to get people on camera. But she was probably about 35, 40. Really, really tan. And really fit. And you can tell she runs a lot. But, you know, I don't really do the trails a lot. I usually go to the gym where I'm out of the sun. No. I don't know if he was pooping or peeing in there, but you can't roll around on the trail in the pee-pee. Dogs like to find other dogs' pee-pee and roll around in it. So that's my dog's big thing. But yeah, you get a lot of really fit people come out here, do the trails. Some of them have dogs on leashes, other ones don't. Yeah, we take my dogs to a park up here, and it's kind of like a little congregation of pet owners and their dogs. We usually meet around 3:30 or 4, and yeah, there's anywhere between 10 to 20 adults, and anywhere between 10 and 20, 30, 40 dogs. We have another dog park at Duluth Dog Park. This one's not a dog park, but it's a another park that's designated for this. It's not, you don't pay to go. It's just people, you know, they just show up. Most people there are pretty nice, and the dogs are pretty well behaved. So I'm not really sure what names I can give on camera. I'm pretty sure I just don't know exactly what I can't do yet, content wise. So we'll just like if I ever want to talk about someone like a friend, I just use their first name. So you know, I think movie stars, you can talk about their first and last name, you know, but you know how good they are, and you know if you're being critical about them, I don't know. You know, I think it's okay. You know, as long as you don't say anything bad about, you know, really bad about someone, I think you're okay. But you know, the times we live in, they're so different than when I grew up. You know, because you have to watch what you say. You know, you can't, you know, hurt anyone's feelings. You can't say anything prejudiced or anything that could be considered, you know, racially unacceptable. You have to be inclusive to include everybody, and I understand that, and that's just how things are in the times we live in, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. That's why we live in the best country in the world, in my opinion. But I've lived in other countries. Well, can you get by?
I can. I'll walk back.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Thank you.
All right. And we're on the long path here. But saying I've lived in other countries, and I think the U.S. is like 30th or 31st or something for compatibility, for finance, jobs, safety, you know, all those things, you know, livability, cost of living. I know like Mexico is like, I think like $1 is worth like 21 cents there or something. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there. I've watched several. They talk about, you know, livability in other countries. I know there's a lot of countries near Russia that are very livable and very affordable. I'm a big Dallas fan. I like the Cowboys. Um, don't ask me why. I know they haven't been very good for a long time, but I lived there a long time. So I was there when they built the machine. I got to meet Troy Aikman at Humperdinck's. I got to go to a NFL game, perform at a halftime routine. I think the first year they won the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, a group of friends of mine, about 30 of us, we were selected. We had a friend that was on the university cheerleading team and on the Dallas Cowboy cheerleading team at the time, and I was chose. And I did about 2 months practice, 2 or 3 times a week for about 3 or 4 hours at a time, and we did a 7-minute dance routine in front of 70,000 people. So it was pretty fun, pretty scary, but pretty fun. So I got to meet him. I got to meet Kevin Gogan. I got to meet 3 or 4 other famous Cowboys from. I call them the Machine. They were like a machine back then, kind of like the Patriots were. When they went and won all those Super Bowls. The Steelers for a long time. They were a great team, but they didn't function like a machine. I think the teams that I really thought, Minnesota, the Vikings in the 90s, they had a couple of years where they were like a machine with Randy Moss. I was living in Dallas when the Cowboys were super good back then, but Minnesota was so fun to watch back then. I came up here and, they're a shell themselves, but I can see why people rally around them, But I like the Cowboys, and I like the Mavericks. I like all Dallas sports. I love the Stars. I went to a lot of playoff games when they won the Stanley Cup. The 99-2000 season, and then 2001 when they went back after beating Buffalo and they lost to New Jersey. We lost Jamie, and he went to New Jersey, and then they won. And we had Mike Modano. He was on the Minnesota. He's the only one I read that was on the Minnesota North Stars. I think he was his rookie year. I think he played there in 98-99 season. And then he came to Dallas the year they got established in Dallas in 90. Was it 92 or 93? I think they came to Dallas in 93. I can't remember the exact years when they came to Dallas. I think it was 93. Then they won the Stanley Cup 5 or 6 years after they came to Dallas, which is pretty good for a new franchise. And they were so exciting to watch that year. Everybody in Dallas was gathered, rallied around them. But there's a lot of countries, like I was skiing back to in, I think Georgia's a country that's really affordable for livability, for houses, food. The food's really good there, the country of Georgia, from what I read about a week ago. There's a lot of other little countries over there. I know Belize is a big one, Mexico, for expats to move to. I know Costa Rica is, a lot of people go there, but I think a lot of people are leaving there too. I don't think it's as tax friendly and as affordable to live in. I know Portugal is a huge one. Portugal is one of the biggest countries right now that people are moving from the United States to. They have all kinds of some sort of golden pass or something where you only have to live there for 2 or 3 weeks out of the year. And I think after 3 or 4 years, you get full tax credit, tax breaks, tax haven, whatever. Kind of like, I know Puerto Rico is very tax friendly for the United States, but it's not tax free, like state income tax free, like Texas, Tennessee, Florida, New Hampshire, Nevada. I know I'm leaving out a couple others, but so basically, those are some of the countries. I know Portugal is really big. A lot of people are moving there. I know for a fact they have some sort of new law that allows people to own property there and carry dual citizenship or something. I know that they have some sort of tax haven for certain assets and things. I think crypto is one of them. Crypto being a up and coming, budding, diverse asset in the economy today. There's a lot of other, treasury bonds and securities and stuff, stocks. I heard, stuff about S&P. Everyone's saying, there's gonna be a stock crash soon. It's August 25. I think just hit the high last week. I've got some stock. I don't have very much money in stocks and IRA. I wish I did, but it took me a little while to get out of debt. So, I don't have hardly any assets. But what little I have, I have some. Electric vehicles, they're saying could be the new thing. A lot of things that take are good stocks. I don't know what are good or what aren't, but they say a lot of things that they take to build these electric vehicles for the future are big. Stocks, minerals. I think lithium for batteries. I think copper. They say they're going to use copper to build the charging stations, and most of the vehicles, the electric vehicles, use 20% more copper than regular vehicles. Nickel. I know that most of these electric vehicles have about 100 pounds of nickel in them, and that's a lot more than normal gas cars. I think they said by 2050, 75 to 80% of all vehicles purchased new are going to be electric vehicles. So it's 28, 29 years from now. But who knows if that's going to be the truth or not. But that's what they're saying. So electric vehicles is up and coming. I think, I don't know. I don't have any Tesla, and I'm not that rich. So I don't have any stock in Tesla. So that would be pretty cool to have just one share. I can't even imagine so many people out there have hundreds of shares or thousands of shares. I think they're pretty set for a long time. But I know Tesla's gone down a lot. I think Michael Burry was shorting it when it was about 800. And now it's like 680 or something. But there's a lot of problems, and you can't really, I'm just reporting on just common knowledge and stuff, but you can't criticize people. But I know they're having some issues with their self-driving technology, and I guess crashing into emergency vehicles. They all don't. So yeah, I just know that a few of them have. So I don't know how big of a problem it is. It's probably not that big of a problem, but I don't think any deaths have occurred from it, but I don't know. But a lot of people sure like that self-driving feature. So we're going uphill, so I might get a little winded here, but we're going uphill now. And I think Tesla's a wonderful company. I never say anything bad about them because I don't have one, never could afford one. But I know they're huge, up and coming, and Elon Musk is a genius. With his SpaceX program, and when was that founded? In early 2000s. And he's already launching, and just technology, it keeps getting better and more sophisticated every year. It's just incredible. Elon Musk is an absolute genius. He's got millions and millions and millions of followers. Every time he makes a move, people follow. People do it. So the guy's just an absolute, Phi Beta Kappa genius. He's a literal rocket scientist. And, I wish there was more people out there like that. More innovation, more young people, more young, inspiring minds growing up that want to be like him. And not just to become rich, Yeah, I mean, having money's great. There's nothing wrong with it. A lot of friends I know they aspire to have a lot of money. I really, would like to have money, but I don't. But, it's not a serious goal of mine in life. My goal is just to be stress-free, live a long life. And I'm like I said, this is a weight journey, just regular video journey. I'm just going to share videos with you and talk about all kinds of stuff. So we're going to focus on weight loss. A lot of people out there are just like me. They're mid-age, 40s, 50s. Some have families, some have children, some are single, some are lonely, some are just looking for, someone just to talk to them, video that they can relate to. I don't care what race you are, what color your skin is, doesn't matter. As long as you can relate to some of the things I'm talking about, that's all that matters. So we're just going to have fun. We'll do videos over the next few months and release them. And hopefully we get some views. Have some people have some enjoyment watching them. Seeing some of this beautiful scenic forest. And listen to me rambling on about anything that pops into my head. So, I don't know, probably talk about some other random stuff. But this video, last one was 43 or 44 minutes. This one's at 52, 53 minutes. So this is a pretty long one. I think this is the longest one I've ever done. And, talking about all kinds of different things. But luckily the smoke's gone away. So it's been a little bit more breathable today because of the fires up here. I was talking about the fires on separate occasions, and we've had the fires going on up here. Nothing like they have in Northern California. I heard the Dixie fires, and those fires, my heart goes out to those people because a lot of people died in them. A lot of people lost all their everything they had, like the floods in Tennessee. Other natural disasters. I think there's a big hurricane that hit the East Coast. What was it, Hurricane Henri? And a lot of people lost their houses and lives. So that's never a good thing. So we're up here in Minnesota. And Minnesota, it's a mixed bag. You get a lot of wonderful things up here. You get low tax on certain things. I don't think they tax food, diapers, clothing. You have the Mall of America. I think of clothing, I'm thinking of stores. In the Mall of America, I think it's got 540 stores inside of it. I don't know, I'm probably off by 5, 6, or 7, or 8, or 9, or 10, but ballpark around there. I've got a couple of friends of mine from college that live down near there. I haven't seen in a long time. A lot of friends from college. Life's so weird how you have friends that you spend time with in college, whether it's, just for, a few evenings, a month, or, if they're not in your big friend group, but you're friends with lots of their friends and stuff. But you meet so many of them in college and in high school. And then as you get older, you move away and you never talk to them again. And you're lucky if you ever see them again, if your paths ever cross again. You know, a handful of my good friends I haven't even seen in 20, 30 years. But some of them I have. I have a good friend from Missouri that's in Florida. I see him usually every 2 or 3 years. We went to Las Vegas with a friend of mine from Colorado, Jeff. He's been out there for a while. He was a ski instructor for a while. He would like it up here in Duluth. It's lots of skiing, cross-country skiing, snowboarding, hiking. That's the kind of stuff he likes. He's really fit. My other friend's pretty fit, but he's like me. He's carrying a little extra weight. That's stubborn weight that's hard to get off. And that's why I've been trying to become active and try to progress on my weight loss journey. I don't think I went into my weight loss journey too much, but I've been sitting in between 193, 194, and up to about 198 for about a month and a half, 2 months. I was stuck. I got up to 213 about a year and a half ago, right at the beginning of COVID. And through COVID, I started losing a little weight, but not much. I think my weight stayed between 204 and 210. And then I think I got vaccinated in April and fully vaccinated at the beginning of May. I think May 1st. I had the double booster. I know in Minnesota, it's Pfizer up in Minnesota. But I'm in the Twin Ports. So there's 2 cities up here. There's Duluth, Minnesota, and Superior, Wisconsin. And I know in Wisconsin, I heard they get Moderna. My dad's in Florida, and down there he said they get a lot of Moderna. But I think Pfizer's available at some places. The Johnson & Johnson, the single shot, don't know anything about it. I know it's not near as effective as the double doses. So I don't know if they have a special booster designed for that shot to fight the Delta. I don't know. I know the effectiveness of the double doses, they say, is anywhere between 5 to 8 months. And they're not sure. I think the older you get, the less effective it is after 5, 6 months. I talked to my dad today on the phone. He said that he heard that 6 to 8 months, that it's up to 8 months effectiveness. So I think he got his in January or February. So he's probably going to need a booster when they make it available for Moderna. I don't know if you can switch companies, if you can get a booster for Moderna if you've had Pfizer, or if you can get a vice versa, a booster for Pfizer with a Moderna if you've had both Pfizers. I had the Pfizers, so I think my last dose was May 1st. And I did talk in another video that I didn't post, but I might, probably not, because I filmed some areas that were about a mile from my house. I don't really know if you're supposed to film right in your neighborhood. Most of the videos I make now are, within 3 or 4 miles of my house. So, 4 or 5 miles. It's not super far, not super close, but I don't think you're supposed to make videos of your neighborhood. Just for safety purposes, I don't know. But, yeah, I got my second dose in May. And like I was saying in one of the videos that I edited, I'm not sure. A lot of people are politically inclined. I'm not political at all. So I don't say I'm Republican or Democrat. And, a lot of you out there will be like, oh, well, that's just terrible. You got to do one or the other. You got to vote one or the other. I when I was young, I voted Republican. Then I voted independent. I really don't side with any, because I agree with a lot of things that both people say. I don't think anyone's wrong. I just kind of take in as much information as I can get. I know it seems like the Republicans that are I guess more on the far right wing, don't want the vaccine, or they think it's some sort of coup. I don't know, like cattle, like, oh, we're going to get you some secret microchip and this vaccine's going to track your movement. And I don't understand that, but, then I think that, some of them get sick and then they get hospitalized and then they're like, oh, we wish you had it. So I think you just got to go with the science. I don't think it has anything to do with your political outlook. But, these are just opinions. These aren't facts. I'm at the hour point right now, so this is a really long video. So a lot of you will see this as an hour and you'll not watch it. But I hope you do, because I hope this has been entertaining. And who knows, maybe I'll get a follower, a subscriber or something. Maybe I'll get 2 or 10 or 50. I never know. I'm new to this, so all I know is it takes like years, 2-3 years to get like 50 to 100,000 subscribers. There's a lot of really awesome YouTubers out there. I mean, really good ones. I've been watching YouTube for on and off for 10 years, but the last 2 or 3 years during COVID, I've watched so many of them, and I thought so many of them are so entertaining that, it's like, I could do some of that, just talk about whatever comes to my head. I'm sure a lot of them have scripts and stuff. I probably would do better with that. But for right now, we're just flying by the seat of our pants. My throat hurts a little bit because of the allergies and the smoke in the air a little bit, so my voice is kind of changing. But we're gonna end pretty soon because we're coming to the end of the trail, and then we've got a 2 to 3 mile hike back home. So we've done, I don't know what we've done, probably 5 miles, maybe 6, maybe 5, I don't know. So we're gonna cut the video here. I just learned how to post longer than 15-minute video on YouTube. So I tried posting a couple of 22-minute videos and it wouldn't let me, but I figured out how to do that. So I did my research, and we'll try to get this one posted. This is gonna be about an hour and 2 hour and 3 minute, hour and 4 minutes long. And just enjoying this beautiful day today. And every day above ground is a good day. So whoever's out there watching this, whatever ails you, whatever's getting you down, hopefully this brings a little happiness to your day, a little smile to your face. Maybe you can relate to some of the things I said. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about in these videos. I think it's just trying to develop content right now, whether it's economic news, whether it's just news about anything, outdoor stuff, hiking, weight loss, diets. I don't know anything about comments, or people leave comments at the bottom. Hopefully I found something to trip your trigger that you want to talk about, if comments are available. And I'm sure I'll get lots of people that say mean things, but I understand that's just how things are nowadays. You can't really say a lot of bad things about anybody. So, and that's just how the times have changed and times are now. You can't say anything derogatory or anything bad. You can't cuss. I'm not much of a cusser, but people get butt hurt, about anything. So I try to insert a little comedy here and there. I really haven't touched on any comedy today. More just about stuff in general. But yeah, I did start touching about my trips with my friend. I didn't finish up with that. So my friend in Florida, he's like me. He's pretty fit, but we've got a little pudge that we have to lose. We're both about the same boat. But we had a fun trip. We went on 2018. It's one of the most fun trips I've been on with just one friend. We went to, we flew in and met at Newark, took a train to Manhattan and got a timeshare at a Wyndham Resort in Manhattan. We're really lucky, booked this way in advance, and we had tickets online for the U.S. Open for 2 days, and Hamilton on Broadway at the Richard Rodgers Theater, and a Yankee game. So we went, and we were there for 4 days, 4 nights. And as soon as we got into our hotel, we had fun, got some drinks. We went straight to the theater. Went out to this wonderful steak dinner. Forget the name of the steak place. It's this famous steakhouse. And when you walk in, they've got about 1,000 pipes from people that visited it. And this in Manhattan, this wonderful steakhouse. We had Chateaubriand. My friend had never had it, and it was just absolutely to die for. I had it because my mom had a restaurant where we served it at, and it's delicious. We had hors d'oeuvre, we had appetizer, we had a dessert, and we had a bottle of wine and a couple glasses of 2-3 glasses of water. We must have walked. I'd say we walked 10 miles, 12 miles every day. Day 2, we went to the U.S. Open for the daytime, and the second day to the U.S. Open, and we went out to eat a lot of different places in Manhattan. After that, nothing like the first night. First night when we went to that steakhouse with all the pipes, and a lot of you will know right off the bat what it is, because every person there that had their own pipe that they smoked were famous people. Like all the presidents were there, senators, movie stars, you name it. You can see my double chin. I think I weighed myself 2 days ago. I was 197. So I gained weight because I went to Betty's Pies last week and I had 6 different types of pie. And I didn't walk that much. So I know I gained like 3 or 4 pounds. Like I said, you have to stay really active or else you will gain a lot of weight. But this steak place was so good, and it was like a famous steak place. But the pipes everywhere were just so fun. And they had them on the ceilings, they had them on the wall, they had them in cabinets. They had these knights, like King Arthur knight, armor, all kinds of full knight gear set up. It was really cool. This place was really fun. But we had a great trip. We went to a Yankee game. We sat in the outfield. I know Lance Lynn pitched for the Yankees. Now I think he's I think he's with the White Sox now, because we played the White Sox that game. And we were walking around, and I was in the Jumbotron. My friend can vouch for me. I was in the outfield, and we were having a drink. I think we were having a beer or something, and I got in the Jumbotron. He pointed out. It was before the game, and Lance Lynn was in the outfield practicing. And then we went, and we were walking around, and we got to stay behind home plate for a little while and watch the game from there. And I think we headed out in the 8th inning. We went to the Hard Rock downstairs and had a hors d'oeuvre there and a couple drinks. And then we headed out in the 8th inning, and the Yankees were down like 5-3. They ended up winning like 7-6 or something. They came back in the 8th and 9th. We left in the 8th. They came back at the end of the game and won. But that's okay, because neither one of us were huge White Sox or Yankee fans. We both like the Yankees a little bit, just because they're so good. But baseball, I don't really know. I think my favorite teams are probably the Dodgers. I like the Dodgers. I like the Yankees. I like the Rangers because I lived in Texas for 32 years and had season tickets, had partial season tickets at the corner box in the left field, real close to the field. Got to see them when they went to the World Series, back-to-back World Series with Josh Hamilton, Nelly Cruz, who just got traded from Minnesota for some prospects. I think they got a couple pitchers. I think they got one guy who's a fastball pitcher who I think he pitches like 80% all fastballs, and I heard he's pretty good. Don't know his name. I don't really follow sports like I used to, but I kind of listen to ESPN and the Fan just to kind of keep up on things, try to learn, about what's going on in my area. But I do like sports. I'm not much of a Minnesota fan, but I'll tell you one thing there. The Timberwolves, I'm a Maverick fan, but the Timberwolves are building a pretty good team here now that A-Rod bought the team. They got that rookie Anthony Edwards. I guess he's a second-year player. He's pretty good, the one that doesn't even know who A-Rod is. And they got the big cat, Karl Anthony Towns. And they just got Patrick Beverley from the Clippers. And, they've been a bottom dweller since Kevin Durant left. And they used to, be a first-round knockout of the playoffs for, 4 or 5 years. And they've been kind of like a stomping mat for every team, but they're not anymore. I think they could win some games. The Vikings, I don't really know a lot about the Vikings. I know that I think they're the least vaccinated team in the NFL right now. This is Wednesday, the 25th of August. So, I don't know, we'll see. I think they need to get vaccinated. I think Atlanta Falcons are the only team that's fully vaccinated. So I think they just got Josh Rosen from UCLA as a backup yesterday or today. This is a long video, an hour and 12 minutes. So we're going to cut this out now and head home. And then we're going to post this video. I hope you enjoy it. And subscribe and check me out. I'll do another video there this week. And in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to do some videos from a different state probably. So that'll be fun. Check that out. We'll post a little bit of Grand Marais. I think I only got a minute or 2 minute videos from there. We'll take longer videos in the future. But God bless. I'm not real religious, but take care. Have a great day. And stay happy. I don't really have a key saying yet. But hopefully I'll get one. Out for now.